Alright guys, welcome back to another classic wrestling review. This time we're going to be reviewing Monday Night Raw from September 11th, 1995. And this was a pretty decent show. It kicked off with Star Power, it kicked off with Razor Ramon taking on the British Bulldog. So we get both full entrances, which I've noticed in this era of wrestling, like, seeing an entrance wasn't actually a big deal. Even top guys had their entrances cut and stuff during these years. But you know what, I've always enjoyed the entrances. I think they had like a big match feel to the actual match. You know, when you see the entrances, like sometimes when you cut to a match and you've already got the people in the ring, you know, it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel as good in my opinion. But we got the Razor Ramon entrance, we got the British Bulldog entrance, and they had a pretty decent match. Lasted about 7-8 minutes. It was good. Towards the end of the match, I just want to say, British Bulldog, strong as fuck, man. Surely, I would say during the 90s, I mean, during this era, arguably Bulldog had to be maybe the strongest. I'd say the strongest guy in the company at this stage in his career. I mean, you had like Isaac Yankem, known as Kane, but he wasn't really jacked at this stage. Undertaker was really slim. Yokozuna was just a fat bastard. So I mean, really, I'd say Bulldog was probably the strongest guy here. Well, you'd Sid Vicious, but again, he was like a big looking guy. But I'd say Bulldog physically definitely looked like the strongest, pound for pound. Looks like he could lift the most. But anyway, so it's Bulldog taking on Razor Ramon, and then we've got Jim Cornette there. Jim Cornette, good. I like Jim Cornette. You watch his interviews, he's funny. He did a good job. He was good on screen. Prefer Vince Russo as a booker, but I think Jim Cornette, great on screen character, and he's great in interviews. Very funny guy. So Shane Douglas comes out, tries to interfere, tries to cost Razor Ramon the match. Then the Kid comes out, the 1-2-3 Kid, who tries to help Razor Ramon. This ends up backfiring massively. The Kid gets his ass kicked, and it leads to British Bulldog getting the win on Razor Ramon after he wait, shit, sorry, that's not what happened, fuck me, right. So the Kid gets like smashed, then he comes off the top rope, and it looks like he's aiming for, so British Bulldog like tosses the Kid outside. The Kid looks like he's dead. British Bulldog then goes to pin Razor Ramon. Kid climbs to the top rope, hits a splash, but Bulldog moves out the way at the last minute. So the Kid ends up hitting Razor Ramon, but the DQ Razor Ramon for outside interference, even though Ramon was the one that ended up taking the splash. I guess they deemed that the Kid was aiming for the Bulldog, and that's why they DQ'd Razor Ramon. But still, I thought that was very weird. Very weird indeed. Ramon's the guy that actually got hit by outside interference, yet they disqualified him. Didn't make much sense in my opinion. So Ramon and Kid have a wee segment after the match. They argue back and forth, and the Kid basically, he feels disrespected by Ramon, and he says that he beat him once, and next week he's going to beat him again and prove that it wasn't a fluke, and then maybe he'll get some respect. I like this. It was a good wee decent segment after the match. We then had a tag team match between the Smoking Guns, the Brooklyn Brawler, and someone else that I don't have a fucking clue who it was. A jobber match, lasted 2 minutes, the Smoking Guns won. It is what it is. We then had a segment with Goldust, who I believe at this stage hadn't debuted yet. I think we're just getting these filligant things, these promos, vigilant things. So Goldust, you know, talks, and he does this weird homosexual shit. It was kind of cool, you know. I'm not into that, but it was all right. I like Goldust's character. It's a shame they decided to kill it in a few years time. But anyway, good decent segment for Goldust. Then with Isaac Yankem taking on Scott Taylor, another squash match, just like the tag match before this. Isaac Yankem winning in a few minutes. We then have who's Scone Michaels? Fuck. We have Shawn Michaels. He's walking backstage, you know, getting ready for his match, dancing about like a prat as usual. He comes out. Sid Vicious is in the ring, and they have a match, not for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think it was for anyway. They never specified, but again, decent match. Sid Vicious controlled most of it. Shawn Michaels sold as he does. and then Michaels wins with the sweet chin music. This match was only given about 7 minutes now. One of the weaker Shawn Michaels matches, but you know what? That's not to say it was bad. It's just normally Shawn Michaels matches are fucking great. But this one was only given 7 minutes, and it was against Sid Vicious, who I'll be honest, I was never a big fan of. But anyway, Michaels gets the win with the sweet chin music. Then he dances. He does a wee striptease for all the female fans out there, and they'll probably go home fingering themselves tonight about that moment. And then we cut backstage, and it is two dudes with attitudes, and it is the chaps with all the straps, and Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash. They cut a promo on Yokozuna and Owen Hart, who they'll be facing it in your house, not in like a week's time. And basically they say that they're going to beat them. They're coming for their belts, and Kevin Nash finishes it off with, you know, their two dudes with attitudes, and you know, Shawn Michaels being his tenacious self, you know. And it was a decent segment to end the show. I noticed back then they always seem to end the show with segments rather than matches, although this did change in a few years' time, I think. But yeah, back during this era, I do notice that they have always seemed to end it with segments, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I have nothing against ending it with segments. But anyway, guys, I thought this was a decent show. I'd probably give the Bulldog and Razor Ramon match, I'd give that like a 6 out of 10 probably. The other two squash matches, I'll give them both a 2. I'll give them both a 2 out of 10. I can't give them any more than that. I was going to say I'd give the tag match a 3, but it was just a squash match. And then the Shawn Michaels match with Sid Vicious, you know what? I'll give it a 5. I think a 5 out of 10. So I think the Razor Ramon, British Bulldog, probably the best match of the night. Plus, he did interference and stuff like that, which made it a bit more exciting. Shawn Michaels, Sid Vicious was like, it was an average match, but normally you expect Michael matches to be better than that. The promos and all that stuff were decent. Overall, I'm going to give this Raw. Wasn't the best Raw now. I'm going to give it a. I'll give it. Oh shit! What am I going to give it, guys? Fuck me. This whole giving a rating thing's difficult. I'll give it. Fuck. Let's give it a 5. 5 out of 10, guys. There you go, man. I'm going to give Raw a 5 out of 10. It was an average Raw. There were some good things, but you know, 2 squash matches. Yeah, so there you go, guys. 5 out of 10. That's my rating for Monday Night Raw. Hopefully next week's episode will be slightly better. But anyway, guys, that is it. Until next time, Bean Son of Scotland TV. Let me know what you think down below. And if you haven't watched this episode, what are you waiting for? Go get the WWE Network. Only $9.99. There's some free promotion for you, WWE. But anyway, till next time. Peace.